What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to TTB Ravens Media, bringing Ravens content every single day. If you want to see daily Ravens content, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below and hit the notification bell as well if you want to get notified every single time I upload a brand new video. Now, in this video, I'm going to be talking about Bradley Bozeman. And if you guys agree and disagree with me, please let me know in the comment section down below. And actually, tomorrow is going to be the 1-year anniversary for the day that this channel was first uploading its very first video, a video on Corey Davis. So Joshua and I will be streaming tomorrow. So stay tuned for that. We'll announce the time probably later today, maybe early tomorrow morning. So make sure to come through to that. Should be a lot of fun. We'll just be talking about random things. Should be a lot of fun. But with regards to Bradley Bozeman, if you guys didn't know, Bradley Bozeman is not under contract anymore with the Baltimore Ravens. The Ravens do have the opportunity to try and re-sign him. However, I believe that they should not re-sign Bradley Bozeman. Now, I'm going to get into the reasons behind that, but the first off is that I think he's going to want too much money. And I don't know if it's necessarily him wanting that money, but I think his agent is going to try and get him a lot of money because he played really well last year at the center position, and he can make good money off of it. SpotTrack's valuation of him is at about $9.9 million. I'll round up. I'll say $10 million. And when Bradley Bozeman did his press conference at the end of the year, he broke down into tears, and he was saying that his agent is going to be the one figuring it out. He obviously expressed his love for Baltimore, but it wasn't something where he was saying, oh, yeah, I want to be back here. This is the spot I want to be. He was like, I love this place. My agent is going to try and work things out. And whenever I hear agent gets involved, that's the player trying to distance themselves. This is my personal opinion. I feel like that's the player trying to distance themselves from the situation because obviously you don't want to leave the team. Or in most cases, the players don't want to leave the team that they play for, especially when they've been good to them. And the Baltimore Ravens have been good to Bradley Bozeman. But if he's trying to say like, hey, agent, you deal with it. If they're not giving, whatever I need, then let's go somewhere else. And he's not the one that's like in that room and stuff like that. I'm not saying he's not involved whatsoever, but I do feel like that indication, he was crying in his press conference, and that gave the indication to me that he was probably going to be gone. But the biggest thing for me is not just like, oh, he's probably going to ask for a good amount of money. I'm just worried about the fact that the Ravens could pay him. They do have the money to pay him, but is that the best place to spend your money? I don't think so. I do think spending money on the offensive line is a need. The Ravens offensive line is Ronnie Stanley, left tackle, coming off of an injury. Left guard could be Ben. I don't know which Ben. One of the Bens. Center, question mark. Right guard, Kevin Zeitler's under contract for 2 more years. Then right tackle, a lot of people are hoping for Jawan James. Alejandro Villanueva is an option, but come on, that's not a great option. Makari coming back from injury. We don't really know. A lot of question marks. I would much rather get the tackle position set. Now, I think Ronnie Stanley is set, but I think spending money on a right tackle is a need. And I would much rather do that than spend money on a center. I would rather get a right tackle for $12 million than spend $10 million on a center. That's just me personally, because I think the Ravens, they do have some guys that they could play at center if need be, but they can also draft a guy at the center position, whether it's Linderbaum in the first round from Iowa or Parham in the third round from Memphis. There's plenty of options in the draft to get a guy to play center, and I think it's very possible that they do that. And I don't think it's very worthwhile of the Ravens to be spending a lot of money because they are restricted this offseason. They don't have endless money. They're thinking about Lamar Jackson's contract in the future there. They're thinking about Hollywood's contract in the future there. And they're thinking about Marcus Peters' contract in his future, Anthony Averett's contract. Are they going to re-sign him? Are they going to re-sign Deshaun Elliott? A lot of question marks. A lot of question marks. And Bradley Bozeman, while he's a good player, I think they should spend their money somewhere else. And I'm not saying that if Bradley Bozeman says, hey, I'll take a $6 million deal, yes, you pay him that. Okay, I'm not saying don't offer him a contract. I'm just trying to say don't overpay, or don't pay a ton of money. If you can get him at a bargain value, absolutely do it. But I'm not expecting him to go for bargain value. I'm expecting him to get a contract around $10 million, and he could get a little bit more than $10 million if he goes somewhere else outside of Baltimore. So those are my kind of takes on it. Please, guys, let me know what you guys are thinking. I started putting out the mock draft Monday last week, and there was a lot of people commenting about the offensive line. How are we going to address that? I do want to spend money in the offseason on the offensive line. Center just is not the priority for me. I'm much more worried about the right tackle position. That's the biggest need for me, because Lamar Jackson can escape outside the pocket if there's interior pressure. If there's exterior pressure on the outside, it's much more difficult for him to escape up the middle because it's just more clogged. But let me know what you guys think, and I will see all of you again tomorrow on the live stream for celebrating the 1-year anniversary for this channel. So thank you, everybody. We'll see all of you again.